The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
All right, welcome. I am Sam Prestenbach, and I have my lovely co-host, Miriam, and we are your hosts for tonight's Habits of Health Zoom. As you guys come in, please, drop in the chat below where you're joining us from. Tell us what part of the U.S. or maybe even international now that you are joining us at this call. Also, maybe share some victories. If you are a client on our program or have been, put in the chat what is like one thing that you love so much about this OPTAVIA program, what it has done for you maybe in your life, a non-scale victory or even a scale victory. Like, let's have a little celebration up in here as we just really take note of how awesome and incredible this program is. Now, Miriam and I have the honor tonight of walking you through the plan that actually brought her and I into the program. And we did not know each other at the time that we found OPTAVIA. And I don't know if you know, but OPTAVIA has many plans. There's so many wonderful plans to address different things. And what we're going to talk about is one of those plans, and that's called the Nursing Moms Plan. But before you drop like flies, and the men on the line, or even the women that are like, girl, that's long gone. I am not nursing a baby anytime soon. I want to encourage you to hang in there with me, because first and foremost, what the Nursing Moms Plan is a really great modified plan. Okay, and may even give you a glance of once you've reached your goal, what a transitionary plan might look like for you, how you might bring in additional healthy calories because there is a transition, how you might maintain your healthy weight, and because you know what, we all need to kind of journey that journey together. But that's what the Nursing Moms Plan is. It's a really wonderful modified plan that allows us to eat healthy and at a different calorie range with different set of macros, okay? So hang in there with me. But also, if you're an OPTAVIA coach, I hope and pray at some point, if not already, that you have the ability to work with a nursing mom. Man, I tell you what, I know I love working with clients of any kind of goal in any stage of life, but to help a nursing mom, a woman that has just had a new baby, achieve her health goals, but also simultaneously the health goals of her infant, that is too cool, right? And you can be a part of that with this excellent program. All right. Oops. So let us introduce ourselves super quick, and then we're going to actually tell you our nursing mom story. I am Samantha Prestenbach. I am a certified OPTAVIA coach. I am a mom of 3, soon to be 4 kids. I have nursed all 3 of my babies that are out of my womb for a year and more, and I'll tell you more about that. It wasn't always easy for me. In fact, I had to work super hard. And for me, that was just a personal goal. We're not here tonight to tell you that you should nurse your baby or that how long you should, but rather to be a support system for you if that's the path you choose, okay? And then we have my lovely co-host.
Hey y'all, I'm Miriam Hunter, and I have nursed both of those babies you see right there. I even had the very interesting experience of tandem nursing them at the same time. So I'm excited to share my experience and how this plan brought simplicity and peace into my life as a woman and as a mother. And I'm also expecting our next baby. So Sam and I are sharing that experience of looking forward to doing the Nursing Moms Plan again.
Yes, I love it. All right, so if you are a nursing mom, or maybe you're pregnant, or maybe you're a coach, you know what? We really need to think first and foremost about why. Why do we even focus on trying to tackle two things that can be rather complicated, right? And not to even mention the outside complications and just real life. And here's why. Because if you do it the right way, if you have a really incredible plan and an incredible support system, your two goals of achieving optimal health for your postpartum body and your infant, they are one, okay? But here's another reason. We don't focus on just weight loss. We are focusing on wellness, the wellness of you and the wellness of your children. And let's also talk about spouses too for a second if you have one, okay? When we are taking care of ourselves, anybody, not just women, and not just moms, anyone. But when we are taking from ourselves and we are operating from a full cup, from a place of peace, from a place of clarity, from a place of energy, we are able to finally show ourselves that self-care, one, is important. It does make us and help us to do and become our best for the people that we love. And we just feel better doing it. And when you learn how to fuel your body properly, here, newsflash ladies, it's only going to help you have a healthier, more robust milk supply, okay? So, as I said, the goal is striving for wellness. And that doesn't look like just losing weight. It's not just the number on the scale. Those things will come. When we focus on wellness, body composition is one of those things. But when we only focus on body composition, or we only focus on fat loss or weight loss, it's not the same thing necessarily. When we focus on wellness, we're looking at multiple areas, not just nutrition. We're looking at hydration. We're looking at sleep. We're looking at spiritual, mental wellness. We're looking at our time outdoors as well as indoors. We're looking at getting in healthy motion. And that doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym, ladies. And we're looking at utilizing a support group of people that get us, may have similar goals, and encourage us in achieving and obtaining and going after those goals on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. So we are going to take some time after this to tell you our stories, as I said, but also to really explain to you the Nursing Moms Plan. And Miriam is going to break that down, and she is like the boss at doing that. But let me just dive into these areas super quick so that I can help you understand, the other elements we want to look at as we are working on the nutrition. Hydration. All right, ladies, and people here, I know it's not, if you're not into nursing, you're like, I keep saying breast milk, and you're like, what? This is like weirding me out. But, can you imagine the portion of breast milk that is actually made up of water? A lot, okay? If we are not, I have my water right here. I'm still pregnant. I'm not even, this was decorated by my son actually. So hydration is huge for everyone. But if you're a nursing mom and you're not focused on getting enough of this in every single day, one, it's going to be really hard to make milk, okay? And to make enough and high quality. But it's also going to be hard to have energy. It's going to be hard to have clarity. It's going to be hard to maneuver through your days, especially when the next one, sleep, is not guaranteed. When you are also taking care of a young baby, whether it's an infant or like in my house, I don't know, they could be 2, 3, or 4. They don't always sleep through the night. And I know, to tell you here that you should be focusing on sleep, that you're like, really, come on, you're a mom, you know how this goes. Yes, we know how this goes, okay? But I also know that you can be smart and that you can work hard to make sure that you're getting the rest you can when you can. And for me, for instance, that means my babies, they go to bed early. So that means mama doesn't stay up late anymore. Mama gets to bed, okay? So I want you to think smart about the rest you can get and when, and I want you to chase after that. The rest that you might also get might be through the day. It might be actually realizing that you can stop and sit on the couch for 5 minutes and close your eyes. If you've got some napping babies, maybe you take a nap with them. But it's also taking time for you. It's taking time for this. Finding some peace in your day. Do you have a podcast you love? Do you like to read? I know, again, mom's reading doesn't seem to go in hand, but you're probably thinking too big. You're probably thinking, I used to read for an hour at a time. You know what? Mom life is sometimes only 5 minutes at a time. Sometimes mom life is reading for 5 minutes while your kids are bathing and happen to be getting along for that short amount of time. Okay? You got to think outside the box. And then getting outside. When you have a new baby, it's so easy just to get stuck indoors and just feel like it's easier that way. But a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of vitamin D, and just doing something different is so good for the whole family. And you can easily incorporate motion into that. Doesn't, again, have to be a lot. In fact, for me during this pregnancy, this 4th pregnancy, which has been one of my healthiest, my goal is just simply to get some kind of movement in 3 days a week, no matter how long it is. It might literally be 10 squats, and I'm happy with that. Or I might actually get a 30-minute walk in, but I make no terms and definitions about what that needs to be. I just need to get my body moving. And then last but not least, utilize your support group. Utilize the people that get you. All right, so let me tell you my story. So those are my babies there. That's my beautiful family. That is my husband. He's one of my babies too, but he comes with a lot less work. He's my partner. And so I have 2 girls, and they are now currently 11 and 8. And then I have my son there who just turned 4. I have nursed all 3 of those babies, and all 3 of those have been completely different experiences. Now, the first one, I nursed for about 2.5 years. And the first year was really hard. And for some reason, as a new mom, that was my goal. I had one goal was to nurse her a year. And though I went over that, that last part was actually pretty easy. It was the first part that was super difficult. That second baby there, that little girl, almost didn't even make it a year. That little boy that you see, he nursed. I know some of you are like, you're going to think this is crazy. Now, he's an OPTAVIA baby, full on, and he nursed for 3 years, okay? Now, here's the thing. I nursed the first one for 2 years, over almost 2.5 years, and it took every ounce of my energy because at the same time, I wanted to achieve that mom goal, but I also had some pretty high fitness goals. For me to nurse her beyond the year, I had to give up on my health and fitness goals because I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have OPTAVIA. I only had me. And every time I tried to do too much, I couldn't nurse my baby. So I gave up on me until I could feel like she was done. Now that second baby, I had more pressure on me for some reason. It was pressure I put on myself. I owned a gym. And I convinced myself I had to get fitter fast. I overworked out, I underate, and that little girl tried to wean herself at 9 months. When I had nursed that first one so long, she almost didn't even make it a year. Then came OPTAVIA, and I was able to get a healthy mind back, healthy body while cutting back on the exercise and increasing my calories. And that sweet young thing went on to nurse over a year. But then you could almost say it works too good, and I had trouble getting my third one to wean. So there you have it. This program, it has been with me through so many stages. And now that I'm pregnant with my 4th, I have no apprehension. In fact, fitness isn't even a goal. It's not. I have no weight loss goals. I have no fitness goals because I don't need to. I know that by utilizing this plan, my body, my health, and my baby are going to be taken care of. So let me pass this off to Miriam now so she can share her story and help explain how this program works.
Hey, thanks, Sam. Oh gosh, that was wonderful. A perfect introduction. I'm going to jump in and share my story. And like Sam said, get into the nitty gritty so that we can really explain the program to you and the way that it works. So starting off with where I was before OPTAVIA, being overweight for most of my life, I was at a place where I thought I had it figured out. I was exercising, making sure I was exercising, making sure I was eating often, and really agonizing about what I was putting in my body. And very grateful that nursing was seeming to keep me at my healthiest weight. But in reality, on the outside, people saw a mom that looks like she had it together, had, 2 babies, 16 and a half months apart, loved her babies. And those things were true. I loved my babies. I wanted to look like I had it together. But in reality, I was struggling with postpartum depression. I was waking up each day overwhelmed. I was impatient with my kids and my husband. I was tired. I remember very distinctly opening my eyes, hearing the babies crying. It was time to get up, thinking, I just don't want to do today. And that's an awful way to start the day. Agonizing over food and exercise, and I didn't enjoy these precious gifts that I had in my life. Then I found OPTAVIA through a friend. I tried the Nursing Moms program, and what it did for me is it gave me this blueprint to learn how to fuel my body and my milk supply so that I wasn't just exhausting myself from nursing, striving to get in this water and enough calories, and then worrying about working whatever off in the gym. It taught me how to fuel my body, my milk supply, and throw in healthy motion because I love it and not because I had to. And what a freedom that brought to my life. So what happened? I got energy for living my life, for dance parties in my kitchen after dinner, because we know, listen, as moms, we're going to be mom tired. But there's a difference between mom tired and fueled mom tired. So that's our goal. Yeah, we're going to be tired. We're going to be exhausted. But if we're fueling ourselves, there's energy there to love these little people. Food for me now is a gift. It's a beautiful part of life. It quite literally gives it flavor. Exercise is for fun. And I have energy to enjoy my kids, enjoy my husband when he comes home at the end of the day. That's what this program has done for me. And as you can see, it's caused a dramatic change in my body and in the way I feel about myself. All right, let's get into the way this program works, why the Nursing Mom Plan works, and why it's not confusing. And again, if you're listening and you're not nursing, you don't plan to nurse, you're not even a woman, that's okay, because like Sam shared, this is a modified 3-in-3 program. So to really get in and explain it, we're going to start off with your tools. So you have your guide, and what I have listed there is the main Nursing Mothers Food Guide. Okay, so you're going to count your food groups versus counting calories. If you enjoy counting calories and you want to use an app for that, do your thing. If that's what works for you, great. But if you're spending time agonizing over calories, we got you, okay? We're gonna count some food groups. We also have your charts, all right? So as you go throughout the day, we're gonna give you some resources to check off those food groups. Oh, I ate some cheese, check it off. I ate some protein, check it off. And then we want to encourage you to utilize nutrition support. Use them to troubleshoot your issues and questions. If you've gotten in all your food groups for the day, and you're still feeling hungry and not quite fueled, that means that you need more. It means that you need more calories. And so nutrition support will help you figure out where you need to go first. I have called them and said, look, hi, I'm tired. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Let me tell you how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. Help me figure out a plan. And they will tell you how to simplify what you're doing. So what I want to do is I want to take this section by section. So as I said, this is a modified 3-in-3 plan. Got a lot of different plans for OPTAVIA. This means that you're utilizing 3 fuelings a day and you're having 3 healthy meals. But the great thing is that you can split this up throughout your entire day, however you want to. So you've got your starches, and you're going to choose, okay, am I in the 1,500 calorie plan or the 1,800 calorie plan? We'll go into a little bit more which plan is right for you later. And you literally count, okay, for the 1,500 calorie plan, I get 2 starches a day. For the 1,800 calorie, I get 4. And then right there, there's some examples. A slice of whole grain bread, a half-cooked cup of cereal, 3 cups of popcorn. Who's a popcorn lover? This girl right here. Okay, then next we have your dairy. Okay, 3 servings, and they give you examples of the different kinds of dairy that you can have. I'm dairy-free, so I use almond milk. Then you've got your 3 fuelings, okay? Your fruits and your veggies. You get a total of 5 servings, and they give you exactly what the measurements are, okay? So you don't have to figure it out. It's right there. All right, then you got your lean meats and your meat substitutes. So, 4 ounces of lean meat. Let's say you love eggs. 1 egg is 1 ounce. Let's say you love cheese sticks. 1 low-fat cheese stick is 1 ounce. And if you have any questions outside of what's in this guide, that's where you can call or email nutrition support. They're a great resource. Let's say you're at the grocery store and you're not sure what something counts as. Give them a call. Send them a picture of the label on the back. Then we've got your healthy fats. This is so important. Don't think, oh, I want to lean up, so I'm going to cut out healthy fats. No. This is so important for us as women, but also for our milk supply. So what's going to happen is as you're feeding your body, fueling your body with these different food groups, what should happen is the quality of your milk supply should increase. Now, some women might see their milk production go up. Some might see it stay the same. Either way, you're increasing the quality because you're fueling your body with what it needs. And that's why you've got to really stay attuned to how you're feeling. And then we've got discretionary calories. Okay, so listen, that's 100 calories, 150 calories. You can get yourself a chocolate chip cookie, some ice cream. They've got options on there for you. And if you need more, give nutrition support a call. I want to give you an example of what a normal day looks like for me, okay? So that I can break it down for you and tell you what I do. So keep it really simple. So in the morning, I would do a couple eggs and a piece of toast. Super simple. A couple of eggs is 2 ounces of protein, okay? And then a piece of toast is a starch. Then a couple hours later, I do a fueling, and I might group it with some almond milk. That way I'm getting some dairy along with the fueling. And then at lunch, super simple, a couple ounces of protein left over from dinner the night before. I'm all about making extras and utilizing leftovers, okay? And then I might just I always keep salad in my refrigerator, pour it on the plates, and then I would have a fueling. And then at dinner, I would have 4 ounces of protein and some vegetables. And later on in the day, before bed, I would have my popcorn. That's what I would save my starches up for. And then I would have a brownie right before bed. So that's just a simple explanation. I'll flash that on the screen in just a minute. What we want to show you is an example of one of our charts, okay? This is the 1,500 calorie plan. And as you can see, it's breaking down that Nursing Mother's Food Guide. Water, so you can check it off. Starches, check it off. Dairy, check it off. Fueling, fruits and vegetables, protein and fats. We've also got another one for the 1,800 calorie plan. And if these don't work, you have something that's an example you can use and make your own. These are in the files in the Nursing Moms group. But as you can see, it's a really easy chart to make on your own. Okay, so there's that example of a day that I had. As you break it down, we want to keep it really, really, really simple. And for me, one thing that I would do is always keep frozen vegetables so that each time you see I'm eating veggies, bam, I can warm them up and I've got vegetables available.
All right, so that was awesome. please make sure if you've got any questions, you put them in the chat. We'll try to look at them. But let's dive into some frequently asked questions, okay? We've been nursing moms for a while, and we know the nursing mom pretty well. And so these are some of the frequently asked questions. And Miriam is going to go through these with me as well. But first and foremost, a lot of people are going to say, okay, there's options. Which program is the right one for me? Now, you could start with the 1500 or the 1800, but I want you to consider first, where are you at? Not all nursing moms are going to be coming to this plan having just had a baby a month or 2 months ago, okay? So first and foremost, if you do have a very brand new infant, check with your doctor. Make sure that it is the right time for you to start. But once you've done that, if your baby is really young and 100% of their nutrition or a large part of it is coming from you, then start higher. That is my first recommendation. And quite honestly, nursing moms, you can start higher at any point and always dial it in, okay? But start higher. If your child needs more nutrition from you, then you need to be bringing more nutrition into you. Make sense? A 1500 calorie plan is amazing and very nourishing too, but you can always work in that direction. Miriam?
Yeah, so we have the 1500 calorie plan or the 1800 calorie plan, or you can utilize the TEE calculation, which is the total energy expenditure. Nutrition support or your coach can help you with that. But thinking about how much are you nursing, a big question we get is what other programs are available. And we have, the 5-in-1, the 4-2-in-1. You want to make sure to check in with your coach and nutrition support on that. If less than 30% of the food source for your baby is breast milk, then you have that other program as an option. Otherwise, utilizing the 3-in-3 nursing moms plan is best.
Excellent. Okay, and as we prepare to wrap up here, we're going to flow through these super quick, but how do I track? Well, if you are exactly on the nursing mom plan, just use that guide. Simple as that. Like Miriam said, track your components versus your calories. And if you do that and you're really rocking that out, you're fine. But we will get to also, there are some moms that, you might have allergies too. Or it may be a choice not to eat grains on a regular basis or even dairy. So we'll address that. But for those of you following exactly, just use it as it is. And then how do I get my food in throughout the day versus all at the end? Well, one, start the day strong, okay? Like put food in your mouth and water in your mouth as soon as you can, as soon as you start your day, okay? And then let me give you a little tip. You definitely can utilize timers on your phone, but this is mom world, and we all know things do not go as planned all the time. In fact, rarely do they do. You might have that perfectly, shiny on plan day where everything hits at 2 to 3 hours, but we know that you might get distracted and not even hear that alarm because you got poop running down your shirt. Let's face it, okay? And there's so many other things that can happen. So I want to tell you, focus on awareness. Focus on awareness and the habit that you're creating, frequently fueling your body, okay? And if you do happen to miss the timing of the meal, yes, you can lump a couple of meals together, but absolutely get those calories in. Don't skip them, and then just move on from there. Miriam, you have anything to add?
No, I think that's great.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to give you some suggestions really quick on food planning. Make it simple. You do not have to be Betty Crocker or Martha Stewart. I want you to think of things that you would make on a normal basis. And if they're not healthy, how can you make them healthy? And how can you cook a little more all at once, okay? One of the biggest things for me and my family, and Miriam, we talked about this, is cooking proteins in bulk. I addressed this below, but grilling is your friend. And here, ladies, you want to get your husbands cooking? Get them in front of a grill. Most men don't mind cooking, and you're just going to add them or hand them a little more protein than you usually do. It just might happen to last you the whole week. And if you're like me, I don't even heat up my chicken sometimes. I don't know if that's advisable, but I like cold chicken. And you know what? I'm getting my food in, all right? Make it obtainable and sustainable. You don't have to have loads and loads of recipes and options. In fact, we advise you to not get recipe crazy, but rather to just make sure that you are identifying the things you can do that you like and that you can implement on a regular basis. And I'm going to throw this out there for those of you that are tech savvy with your apps. Utilize the grocery shopping apps if you can. Those are a lifesaver. I didn't have that for my son, but now that I'm going to have that for this baby, my fourth one, I grocery shop on apps all the time. And DoorDash or Uber, eat out if you need to, because you can learn how to order out and do it in a healthy way. All right, Miriam, would you like to talk about the next couple of things?
Yeah, sure. All right, so we talked about cooking the proteins in bulk. One of the things that I love to do is keeping frozen veggies, like I said, so literally just doing a very simple protein and vegetable, and then you can throw in an easy starch. Some suggestions that we have here are using that OPTAVIA Pinterest page for ideas, cooking simple things like chili. That's really easy. You can throw it all in a pot. You don't need a recipe. Tuna salad, doing eggs anyway. Eggs is super easy. Taco salad, literally meat, cheese, veggies, okay? Super easy. Don't think that you have to make it complicated. Spaghetti squash is a great way to get in your vegetables and also have something that's like pasta. Greek yogurt, avocados and coconut oil for that healthy fat. And then also utilizing, I mentioned this earlier, low-fat cheese sticks. If you're nursing a baby in one arm, eating a cheese stick or fueling in the other is really easy.
Yes, I love it. And let us wrap this up super quick because we got our trilogy presentation coming on just shortly. But what if you don't consume grains or dairy? Well, then you do definitely want to utilize a calorie tracking app, and you want to make up those calories with healthy fats and just a tad bit of a little more healthy proteins. You can bridge that gap with extra vegetables and extra fruits, but you definitely want to hit those calories. And adding in coconut oil and all those fats, it puts directly more fat into your breast milk, whether you pump large amounts or smaller amounts. You can still have really great high quality breast milk when you're eating lots of great healthy fats. And then don't focus too much on the things that you can't tackle right now. You can't make your family be all on board. You can only focus on you and creating one healthy habit at a time in your world as you work outwardly to help others. When is the right time to start? Now. Now. Don't try and make sure you understand everything perfectly and that you get the perfect right day. Just start now. I guarantee you, yes, you're going to feel anxious sometimes. Yes, you're going to feel overwhelmed, but you're a mom. That happens when you look at the laundry in the laundry room or the dishes piling up in the sink. Just do something good for yourself and believe that you can make progress and improve and grow into these habits each and every day. Miriam, any closing thoughts?
Just thank you guys so much for joining us. And I want to reinforce, you're not anxious. You're alive. What's the next step that you need to take? Because when we are fueling ourselves as mothers, the rest of our lives will thrive and we will be able to enjoy our motherhood on a totally different level.
Love it. Thank you everyone for joining us. Encourage your mom today. Pat her on the back. Tell her she's done a good job.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.